Come to Remora TC to trade like a shark and not get eaten by one. Let's school together to protect and grow our money. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is Wednesday, April 29th. It's nearly May. Time has really flown by. Let's take a look at the tickers and see how all of the predictions have gone over the past week. To start things off, looking at triple Qs here, we can see that it remains at an all-time high zone. Okay, this is a weekly chart. You can see where I made the indications of bearishness showing up in the the middle part of last year, 25, and it kept growing more and more bearishness until finally there was a sell down to this zone of support down here. Then I also informed you that there was bullishness that came in, hence I put the whale, and price has moved up pretty significantly since the March timeframe, excuse me, when I informed about the bullishness that was showing up. At the moment, though, I don't really see that bullishness will continue. Okay, you can see on the RSI, it's not quite fully a downturn, not quite fully a bearish move yet. So I think there's still an opportunity for price to continue to move upward. But I'm pretty much a contrarian when it comes to market moves. So I'm always looking for how the narrative will try to get human behavior and the mom and pops like us, the small fish, to behave a certain way so that the big fish can benefit. So right now, I see that down here, the volume is waning. You see volume's going downward, despite price action going upward. So I think up here, it's going to be another bait moment. I should write it here, bait. I'll do it now real quick. Let's just write bait. They're going to try to bait us. Let's make this a different color. Okay. They're going to set the bait. Okay, so be careful for that because we are going to get stuck holding the bag. And you definitely don't want to hold a bag, one of these bags, okay? So right now, it's no trade, in my opinion, especially to the upside. I wouldn't go to the upside. Okay. Overall, my general direction, I still feel is to the downside, down to this level of support again. The next ticker is Microsoft. The bullishness came in. You can see I put the whales here. And then price has moved up beyond this orange line here. And with this orange line, you can see that price has then moved up above this other support line that goes back quite a while. Hence, I put this green here. It's a support line. But what I do see is that price from a momentum standpoint, from the momentum indicator here, is showing what I think is some weakness. So price may continue to come up to, I'll say up to this spot here, the gap entry. It may even get to this 200-day. But for now, I'll put this as an area of resistance first. So price may get up to here before it gets rejected. But we'll have to see how the RSI looks, okay? I don't see that there's a huge upside for Microsoft, okay? Ultimately, I think it'll come up to this area here, hit resistance, and actually for now, let's be neutral. I think it'll come up here, hit this, and let's see how it behaves, okay? On to the gold miners play, GDX. It's continuing to play out as I have drawn here over the past many weeks. Price is behaving as I've pretty much called it. So the question is, for now, is the continued action to the downside? And I think it is. You can see over the past week or so, price broke down underneath this wedge here, this flag, and it's just continuing to sell down, okay? What I don't see yet is impulsive selling. I don't see any panic selling like over here on 30th of January, where there was 100 million shares. In this area, it's all been around 14, 20 million shares, 12 million shares, not a lot. So we would expect some conviction in the selling as soon as volume picks up. Generally, the move is to the downside. So don't go long GDX right now, because the entry isn't beautiful for short, right, to go with the sharks. The perfect entry, and it's hard to do it, I get it, is this green candle here. Price broke down for 3 days here on 21, 22, 23 April. And then it came back to retest from underneath. And then the selling resumed. So right now, I would wait. You're kind of in a middle zone I wouldn't want to take an entry because the upper line is here at 99. The next real area of support is down here at around 76. So where price is now at 85, it's in between the two zones. It's a no trade moment. So just wait, be patient. Next up is Bitcoin. Zooming out just so that you can get a feel for this zone here. You can see price is just bouncing around this flag that I've drawn here. It continues to sit above, at the top upper edge of this flag. But for me, it's still and you can see it here, the momentum is to the downside, though price is moving up here. So I put this fish picture here. It's a bait. They're trying to bait you to buy, okay? But it's really a selling moment. So get ready for the sharks to resume selling. I'm going to put a shark here just to keep us all informed that the shark is ready to strike. Okay, there's the shark. They're going to bait all of us. I'll put the bait here too. Okay, and further selling as soon as they get enough liquidity from people buying, and they'll start to sell. Our prediction from a way back, I think it was back in November, I said it would come down to 58, right? I got really close. In fact, it came down to right here, which was about 60. Okay, so I called it. It came down to 60. I still think 58 is in play. And then my next call is 42, which is down here. On to a financial American Express. Talked about bullishness down here in the middle of March. Okay, hence I put the whale, and I informed us from the RSI it shows bullishness, and you can see how prices moved up, hit the 200-day, got rejected, but the overall momentum is to the upside for American Express. I think the next area of resistance is up here in the 343, 345 range is the next area of resistance. So from where we are now to there, it's about another 7% move. But I mean, this was my call. I said it would come up there. The question is there more momentum for it to continue to gap fill up here in the 375s? We'll have to pay attention. We'll look carefully. I don't think all of this bearishness here has fully unwound. So we'll have to revisit this zone here when price gets up there, okay? So if you're in this trade long, good for you, right? If you got it down here, like I said, let's see, from there, it's about a 15% move. Yeah, if you got it, so very good. And let's switch over to LGEN, another financial here. The overall move for this one, even though there's also a financial stock, right? I put the whale signal here, and yes, price moved up, hit the zone of resistance, which I informed all of you about right here. And I thought it would be a slower move down, but look at this, a huge gap, okay? So when it hit resistance, 4 days here in the middle of April, April 17 through 22. Then boom, big gap created. Okay, a lot of price movement to the downside. So let's put the gap just to show everybody that it's a magnet. Price may come back up and fill it. Yep, it may come up and fill it. Let's look. Is there any bullish momentum? There isn't. So for now, I think this 200-day, I'm going to redraw the 200-day, in fact. Let's clean this up just a little bit. It's a little messy. Zoom in. All right, so price on today's action hasn't filled this gap yet down here. So there's still a little bit more opportunity for it to come down and fill. Okay, so it's only about there. All right. Now, let's see here. I'm going to draw the 200-day. The 200-day is this blue line here. Okay, 200-day moving average. Let's draw that in. It's kind of moving sideways. It goes like this a little bit. Let's make it blue. All right, so there's 200-day. And then the question is, what is price going to do when it hits the 200-day? So it's going to come back and hit the 200-day from underneath. It may even come up and hit this gap fill from underneath. I think at the moment, just because of the way the price action looks, I think this is going to be resistance, a zone of resistance, as well as up here, a zone of resistance, okay? If it pushes through here, this 200-day, it'll hit this as resistance. And I think there's still further move down. Okay, I don't think it's done yet. So for now, we're just letting this line play out. I kind of drew it as freehand. I think it's going to keep going down. The next zone of support is down here, 233, 236 area. Okay, and if it breaks through there, then the next zone is down here at the 215. All right, so let's just keep it simple. Go like that for now. Again, this is in the middle of two price points. No trade. Don't take the trade there. On to Northrop Grumman, defense stock. Still playing out as I indicated here with the big flag. Okay, it came down, hit the support line here, the purple one. And then last week I said, I see that there is a chance from a price action standpoint that they may buy it up to hit the 200-day and then continue and resume the selling, okay? But in fact, what did they do? They kept selling, okay? So you can see the volume down here. Let's see here. Yeah, so 1.3 million, 1.4 or whatever. Not a lot of volume because Northrop Grumman doesn't, on a day-to-day basis, doesn't have a lot of volume. What I also want to look at is RSI down here. There's no bullishness yet, okay? If anything, it's very faint, okay? From this moment here, April 24th, to today, there is a smidge of bullishness. Okay, I'll just kind of draw it ever so lightly like this for you, okay? But does that mean it's time to buy? It isn't, because I haven't put the whale here, okay? So my suggestion for you is to wait, let the selling complete. Once the selling completes and the momentum indicator shows more firm bullishness, then I'll put a whale up here to let you know that, you know what, it's likely the time that the whales, the big fish, are jumping back in to go long. Okay, so for now, just wait. And let's see, I'm just going to change the color. There's the 200-day. All right. So really, the move is to the downside. So I wouldn't buy yet. Okay. Support down here at the gap fill. Yeah, I don't think this 563 zone, 563 zone is really support yet because the bullishness isn't substantive. Price may come down here. It may dip underneath it first before the momentum changes to the upside. Okay, let's switch over to Exxon Mobil, the oil play. I talked about the bait. Sure enough, it happened. They sold us down. And now the buying came back in, but there is no change in momentum. It's still to the downside. Okay, that's a key point, which means this move here is just retail investors getting happy and buying back in. I think what they're going to do is earnings is coming up on which day? It's coming out on Friday. So 2 days from now. Okay, so, and what I think they're going to do is they are going to utilize earnings to further the baiting. So they're going to bait some more. So I'm going to put let's put another one of these. So this is my prediction. They are going to set another trap. And with earnings, it'll probably be something like amazing revenue, beat revenue, and they'll beat the estimate. Revenue will be incredible. So everything will be positive and green, okay, which will get retail investors to be excited to buy back in. Which it's going to cause price to move up, hit this. In fact, I think it's going to be up above it a little bit. Okay, I'm just going to say that price is going to come up above it just a little bit. Okay, it'll probably spike through, or even make a higher high. Okay, like this. So they may do that, and in which case they will then resume the selling very hard. Okay, so at the moment, because I see earnings here, and I see how they're going to do it. Okay, yeah, they're going to come up with some sort of narrative to get people to buy, and then the selling will be with high volume. It will push price down. So they'll come up with something. Okay, so watch out for the bait. Here, I'm going to put 2 lines here. I'll put this one first. Oh, why did I draw this line so big? It's just so long. Let's just shorten it a little bit. Like that. Make it red. Okay. So there's some resistance there. And then further resistance. They might even push it all the way up to here. Okay. Just to be higher than this, the previous high. So they'll kind of push it up a little bit, or close to it. This is similar to what they did to Microsoft. I'm going to switch back to Microsoft to show you again. That's what they did with Microsoft. Let's see, here's Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft, there you go. One high, pushed it back up. Second attempt to break through the high, and then the selling. Okay, so they're going to do the same with Exxon Mobil. All right. Next up, one of the few long plays, which I'm really confident about. I'm in this long. Look how they're dancing along this line of support here. Okay, so you can see the bullish signal here. I put the whale. I said if you could take an entry anywhere along this purple line, that would be a beautiful entry. In fact, if you got it here last Friday, that would have been amazing, because it's just clean. It's only 1% or 0.5% different from this other zone here, or maybe 2%. But the upside is much greater because the gap fill is up here. So that's about a 55% move if you could have gotten into it. At the moment, it's still a good opportunity to buy because you're down here at this price zone down here, 54, 53, 55, anywhere around here. Really nice entry because you're going to ride it up. Okay, and you can thank me later. All right, those are the tickers for this week. Give me a like if you can, please. And if you found value, please subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let your friends and family know, because I provide a contrarian view so that we can see things, so that you can see things and appreciate technical analysis as a tool in a slightly different way. Instead of always listening to the news and following what influencers are telling you about what to buy, what to sell, because ultimately, I think they're attempting to manipulate your behavior to provide them with liquidity so that they can get rid of their shares or buy your shares, depending on how they want to manipulate us. Okay? So anyway, as always, good luck with your trades, and I'll see you next week.